This is Tech Vibe, where we decode the future of photography and bring you the specs before they're even official. We are diving deep into the most anticipated camera release of the year, the Sony A7 V. If you're a photographer or a hybrid shooter, you know the Sony A7 IV set a benchmark, but the competition has been catching up fast, and frankly, some of its specs are starting to feel a little long in the tooth, especially when it comes to readout speed and frame rates. The burning question on everyone's mind is simple: has Sony delivered the killer update we've all been waiting for, or is this just another iterative step? Stick around because we've gathered the most credible, authentic rumors and leaks about the A7V's release date, groundbreaking features, and what will truly set it apart from its predecessor and the fierce competition from Canon and Nikon. You won't want to miss the details on the new sensor technology that's rumored to completely change the game for hybrid shooters. Let's not waste any time and get straight to the biggest piece of news, the release date. Based on highly reliable sources and product registration filings, the official announcement for the Sony A7V is now strongly rumored to be in mid to late November of 2025. While Sony has not put out a press release, the recent registration of a new camera body in the Asian market, which historically precedes an Alpha series launch by a few months, points directly to a launch window around this time. For those looking to get their hands on it, initial shipments are expected to begin rolling out in January or February of 2026. This timing places the A7V perfectly to challenge the recently released and rumored mid-range full-frame offerings from other manufacturers heading into the new year. But what about the camera itself? This is where the upgrade story gets really interesting. The biggest discussion point, and potential source of disappointment or delight, revolves around the sensor. Multiple trusted sources suggest the A7V will maintain the sweet spot resolution of around 33 megapixels, similar to the A7 IV. However, this is not the same old sensor. The consensus points towards a newly developed or significantly tweaked version, potentially featuring a partially stacked design. Now, why should you care about a partially stacked sensor if the megapixel count hasn't changed? This is the game changer. The A7V's main weakness was its slow sensor readout speed, which resulted in noticeable rolling shutter in video and limitations on burst shooting with the electronic shutter. A partially stacked design means a much faster readout. This critical upgrade is rumored to unlock several key performance bumps, a massive reduction in rolling shutter, making the electronic shutter finally usable for action, and the ability to capture uncropped 4K 60 frames per second video. That's right, full-width 4K 60p, a major leap over the A7V's cropped 4K 60p. For stills photographers, this faster sensor is also expected to increase the continuous burst speed from 10 frames per second to a more competitive rate, possibly 15 frames per second with full autofocus, keeping it competitive with the best from Canon and Nikon. Moving beyond the sensor, the A7V is set to fully inherit Sony's latest generation of computational power. A near-certain upgrade is the inclusion of the dedicated AI processing unit, the same chip found in the high-end A7V and the flagship A9 III. If you thought Sony's autofocus was fast before, prepare for a serious upgrade. This AI chip dramatically enhances subject recognition autofocus, moving beyond just eyes and faces to reliably detect and track a wider array of subjects like specific types of animals, insects, and vehicles, with sticky precision that is currently class-leading. This is a crucial feature that will make tracking fast-moving wildlife or subjects in a complex scene significantly more reliable. Ergonomics and body design are also getting a long-awaited refresh. While maintaining the overall familiar alpha aesthetic, the A7V is heavily rumored to adopt the improved, highly functional 4-axis multi-angle LCD screen first seen on the A7V. This screen is truly the best of both worlds, offering the full articulation that videographers and vloggers love, while also providing the simple tilt-only option that traditional stills photographers prefer for quick, non-obstructive shooting. Furthermore, expect a much-needed bump in the electronic viewfinder (EVF) resolution and magnification, bringing it closer to the premium experience of its higher-end siblings and making manual focusing and composition a much more pleasant experience. Body durability is also expected to be enhanced with improved weather sealing, a refinement that is always welcome for hybrid and outdoor shooters. In the video department, besides the highly anticipated uncropped 4K 60p, rumors also suggest the A7V could feature oversampled 6K or even 7K recording that downsamples to incredibly sharp 4K, though this remains one of the more speculative leaks. What is more concrete is the expected 10-bit 4:2:2 internal video capture and the introduction of better heat management, addressing one of the most persistent complaints of the A7 IV for long-form video creators. The inclusion of the AI chip will also power advanced in-body image stabilization, potentially offering up to 8 stops of compensation with compatible lenses, pushing handheld video performance to a new level. Now, let's talk price, because all these premium features have to come at a cost. The Sony A7 IV was positioned as the enthusiast to pro hybrid camera, and the A7V is expected to maintain that spot with a corresponding price increase to reflect the upgraded tech. Early pricing speculation from reliable sources suggests a body-only retail price close to $3,000 to $3,200 US. This positions it squarely above the launch price of the A7 IV but still comfortably below the professional A7V and A1 lines, making it a very compelling package for the serious enthusiast or working professional looking for the ultimate all-rounder. So, is the Sony A7V the camera to dethrone the current market champions? With a late 2025 announcement leading to an early 2026 release, a partially stacked 33-megapixel sensor, the game-changing AI autofocus, and a fully articulated screen, the A7V isn't just an upgrade. It looks to be a complete rethinking of the mid-range hybrid camera. It addresses nearly all of the predecessor's shortcomings while inheriting the best technology from Sony's flagship bodies. This is the camera you've been waiting for, and based on what we've seen, it's going to set the new standard for the next generation of full-frame mirrorless cameras. Subscribe to Tech Vibe to be the first to know the moment Sony drops the official news.